Okay, it's been a few days. Ben has gone home. He flew back to England. He's not coming the rest of the way with us. He felt like he had finished his adventure, which is fair enough. He'd crossed the bloody Atlantic Ocean. And yeah, so me, David and Will are gonna sail back to England this year, is the plan at the moment. Be back sort of in August, we think. So still a long way to go, still a lot of hard sailing to do. We're gonna miss Ben a lot, it's not gonna be the same without him. Stringer at the moment is going to Canada for a few weeks. He's going to go see some friends because he used to live out there a few years ago, so he's gone to see them. So it's just me and David for a couple of weeks. We're currently leaving St Lucia and heading to Martinique. It's about a 25-mile sail. It's very odd being on a boat with only 2 people after we've had sort of a month of over 6 people on the boat. So yeah, they're the updates. It's all changing, but yeah, we'll see. Off we go. Bye bye St Lucia. We've had our German friends who are sailing on Blueberry. They've been anchored next to us for the last few days, so we've done some fun things with them, but we've just kept the GoPro at home whilst we work out. Well, we just had a little break. Anyway, so we're sailing to Martinique and we've got a lot of work to do on the boat when we get there.
The problem is, one of the big problems is Martinique is been billed as like a paradise where we can get loads of stuff done and you can get croissants and it's all a bit cheap. So everything that we've done in the past week has been like, okay, let's get to Martinique, we can get all the jobs done. Yeah.
So we have a lot of odd jobs to do. For example, there's countless drawers and cupboard doors that have broken off. I've just found out that the fresh water switch is all corroded, which is not good. So that's another thing. There's loads of hundreds of little jobs to do. We got to buy a new dinghy. So gonna get to Martinique and have at least probably a good few days to a week of working on the boat and getting Morning Sky back to her former glory. Probably the most busiest anchorage we've ever done.
It's ridiculous.
It's so busy. So we've just made it to La Marine in where are we? Martinique. Yeah, 25 miles. We did 6 knot average on the way here, so very nice fast sail. We were going upwind the whole time. Yeah, we're in France again. How weird. Time to buy a dinghy so we don't have to swim to shore. The reason we're pretty happy about being in Martinique is we keep putting off boat jobs because there was so many people on the boat it was impossible to do any boat jobs. But now we're in Martinique with just me and David. We're gonna try just tick off loads and loads of stuff. Loads of little things that are gonna make our lives a lot nicer. Lots of big things like dinghy and lines and things, but yeah, so hopefully because we're in Martinique and it's part of France, there's a lot of chandleries, a lot of European supermarkets. We can stock up with tins again, hopefully. So yeah, that's why we're pretty glad to be here. Big old milestone as well. Martinique's a pretty big mecca of sailing, as you can tell by the million boats around us. So hopefully we'll meet some cool sailors, cool people. Even if we just leave with a good dinghy, I'll be happy. So that's the goal. We're gonna have some food, chill out for a bit, make sure our anchor doesn't move, and then try to row over there without sinking on our deflatable dinghy, and then go into town, find out where customs are, maybe do that. We'll see.
Hopefully a very not French person will offer to give us a lift on the dinghy.
Yeah, we might have to just wave someone down to give us a lift. We do know we have one friend called Timo, a German guy that we are friends with. We know he's here, but because there's just thousands of boats, there's no way we can find him. Our two German friends, David and Finja, might be coming today as well with David's mum. But again, I doubt they'll find us. I think we have more chance on land finding people. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to the nearest bar and see if we can locate people, because this is crazy. It's just more boats than sea, but so it's good for us because we need stuff. Okay, if you've been a viewer since the start, you'll remember that across the English Channel we realised we didn't have a French courtesy flag. So David sewed one out of our t-shirt sleeves, and we still haven't got a French one. We're just going to use this still because it's perfect. So this is going to go up because we're in France. Crazy. So we just checked in. Was probably the most frustrating checking in we've done so far. It was on, you had to do it on a computer with a French keyboard in French on Windows 7, and nothing worked. But we're done.
So now we're gonna go and drink a beer.
We're gonna find a beer and a plug so I can edit a video.
I'm just gonna freak out.
Yeah, we're in France. This is very weird.
Everyone's speaking French, everyone is French.
Parlez-vous anglais?
And I've spent the morning doing some jobs while Wilf has been editing. We've got new jib sheets. Yeah, that was fun. Place those. The knot that I tied at the front, I tied on the last ones, and it got so tight so we had to like wedge it apart. So hopefully we don't have to change them again. This contraption is part of the drawers. So this drawer has been living here for like 2 weeks now because it decided that it didn't want to live in its drawer hole anymore. So, oh shit, I need to actually glue that one back on. So this drawer has come out. There's a whole run across there that actually snapped. So that's getting glued up, and then we're going to put it back together. It busted out here, but we just flipped that bit around. What else did I do? The little forestay retaining thing that we put on in Tenerife decided that it was so rusty, so took that off. We're going to go to a big shop because it is super cheap here for tins and dry goods, and that's what we're desperately needing. So we're going to go buy 5 dozen tins of chopped tomatoes and beans and vegetables, and it's all like 80p a can, and it's fantastic. Once again, we're doing this time for the way home and with French things. We just went to a supermarket. It's very cool actually. There's a little dinghy dock by the supermarket. It's very busy, but the blueberries took us over there. It's very kind of them. We'd be absolutely stuffed without them the last few days, so thank you, David and Finja. And your mum, whose name I don't know, but yeah, you've been very good to us. And we just got, you know, tins and peanuts and stuff that's cheap and stuff that keeps, because hopefully this is going to be the cheapest. Well, I hope it gets cheaper, but it feels like this is going to be the cheapest place before we actually head back properly. The biggest exciting thing of the tins is they sell ratatouille in whole tins, which we've just labelled dinner. And that's going to be for when no one can be bothered to cook and it's real sucky out there. So, yeah. All the tins are away. Wolf's now emptying the foot cupboard. Don't sue us, Bob Dylan. I mean, Universal Music.
Good morning. Today's a Sunday, so there's not much open, not much going on in town. So me and David are going to do lots of odd jobs today, try and get this boat back to being ship shape. This morning, so far, David's washed up and cleaned these hobs because they were minging. and I'm about to start the electrical fixes. First off is this water plug. This is our fresh water tap plug. So right now we've been getting fresh water by pushing that to that to bypass the switch, which is not optimal. So I'm going to replace the plug so that works again without having to hillbilly push it together. Then there's a few other electrical things, but that's the first on the list. Yeah, and then we got lots of doors to fix, lots of little things to do around the house. Okay, new plug in. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, running water again. Nice quick job, ticked off. Here's a quick little tip for anyone who's planning on sailing to the Caribbean on a budget, or even just at all. So it's blooming hot in this area of the world, and lots of people have like wind scoops at the front of their boat to direct the wind into the hatches, but we don't have one of them and we don't want to pay for one. So we've put up our storm jib going into the hatch.
It's the best idea that's been had on this boat for a long time. It's so cold.
So it redirects the air into our boat and gets airflow in the boat, because normally it's just stagnant in there because there's no airflow. The boat doesn't have very good airflow. The hatch opens obviously backwards to stop water and stuff. So yeah, there's a little tip. If you're in a hot country with a boat, use your storm jib. It's a cheaper option than buying one of these wind scoops that everyone has. There you go, little tip.
Glue.
Glue.
Glue and clamps. Might work.
Glued old holes. New screws are much longer. Hopefully that means more holdage. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Ben's not here anymore and he used to rip all the doors off, so it should be fine.
Ben took every single cupboard door that came off. He did put one back on, in fairness.
So hopefully it'll be alright, we'll see. Only time will tell, but we're making the best of what we got. Okay, so the next job on the electrical system is, at the moment we have one cigarette lighter charger on the whole boat, and at the moment it's always used for our fridge. So, so I'm gonna piggyback off of it. Hopefully it doesn't blow up the whole system, but there's fuses in place. It's easier than running a whole new wire. I'm going to piggyback another one. So this is another one. I'm going to piggyback another one dedicated just for the fridge. So then this one can be free and we can use it for charging the portable VHF and other things that we have. Because at the moment just one is a bit annoying, because you want the fridge on all the time in this weather. So I've wired up this. Just found this wire, no idea where it's actually from, but it's got a fuse in it, so that's nice. Put some spade ends on this side, put it on that, put some of these ones on that go into these nice new T-pieces that Charlie bought us. Thanks, Charlie. They're pretty exciting. David's already put some in before. I've never used them, but you can see you just push them onto old existing wires, and they, instead of like a chock block, they create like a T joint. All right, it's all wired up. It's very hot and sweaty in here, so that might be it for a bit. But yeah. Piggybacked some new wires onto the existing wires, cable tied them to that tube, and then it comes into the back here, and then yeah, so now that's on, and we still have this free one, so we can use it if and when we need it for other things and not just have the fridge on it. It also means there's no wires coming up here, because that was going to get broken at some point. So yeah, job.